G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of the Aussie Dividend Machine. In this episode, I'd like to talk about the rising tensions between Australia, the US and China over the situation in the South China Sea. As you may have heard, there's an area in the South China Sea that China lays claims to that is not agreed by the international community. The US has taken a recent hard stance on this territorial claim made by China. Recently, China's also imposed a massive tariff on Australian barley exports. This 80% tariff has severely impacted barley farmers in Australia and slashed millions of dollars from the economy. As a result, I wanted to make this video to highlight potential at-risk stocks. These stocks could be affected by future policy or taxation moves by China and potentially severely impact the value of the share. The first company I wanted to talk about was BHP. BHP is one of Australia's biggest miners and a huge iron ore exporter to China. You can see BHP's financial position right here. As you can see, they've had many years of strong growth, they pay a high dividend, and overall they're a great, profitable company. 55% of BHP's exports go directly to China. Australia is the biggest supplier of iron ore to China. 62% of China's iron ore comes direct from Australia. The second biggest importer of iron ore to China is Brazil. Earlier in the year, China made some policy moves that made it harder for Australian iron ore to pass through their ports and clear customs. This put Australian iron ore at a competitive disadvantage and made it easier for Brazil's iron ore to get through China and get to the consumers that need it most. Similar to the barley situation, this impacted Australian shares and Australian miners. That's why in this video I wanted to flag BHP as a potential at-risk stock. I think if tensions further escalate in the region, miners like BHP could be severely affected, especially if China imposes big tariffs just like they did on barley. The second stock I'd like to talk about is A2 Milk. You can see a snapshot of A2 Milk's financial status right here. A2 Milk is another great company. They're highly profitable with up to 30% profit margins. Their product is premium milk products. They remove the A2 protein from milk, which makes milk way easier to digest, and it's perceived as a premium product in the Australian and Asian markets. A2 Milk produce a lot of premium powdered milk. This is one of their most popular products in China, and it's a massive source of revenue for them. However, A2's moat is that they have a premium product. There are other milk products in the market. As a result, I think A2 Milk may be at future risk depending on China's decisions and policies. It's important to review the annual reports of these companies and see exactly where their exports are going and how reliant they are on China. The third company I wanted to talk about was Treasury Wine. Treasury Wine is a major exporter of Australian wine. Penfolds, as you may know, is an extremely premium wine product. Penfolds and some of Treasury's other labels are extremely popular in the US, but also China. The Chinese economy is not reliant on Australian wine for its economic productivity. For this reason, I think Treasury may be more at risk than both BHP and A2. You could argue that milk products are definitely more essential than wine products. I would say that wine falls into the consumer discretionary category, meaning you don't need wine to survive. Milk products, however, are extremely important for infants' well-being and growth. It's for this reason I think out of the three companies we've looked at today, Treasury Wine is probably the most at risk. This is simply because losing wine is not a big problem for China, whereas losing iron ore, which is critical for infrastructure projects, or losing premium milk products, which is critical for infant health, could seriously impact the Chinese people and their economy. Well guys, I hope you liked today's video. If you'd like to see my latest stock recommendation, check out this video here. If you've got any questions about other stocks that you may think are impacted by this increasing global tension, please suggest them in the comments and I'll take a look at them in future videos. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.